Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our debate this afternoon. If you're here this morning, I think you will agree with me, what a day, what a fantastic day, and what an inspiring day. This morning's announcements by the Sheikh Mozzab bint Nasser and the strategic partners, I think, has given us huge hope for the future. Gordon Brown said that you cannot survive for even a second without hope, and that teacher plus child equals hope. He also said that money should not be a barrier to the spread of education. But unfortunately, it is. And our panel today will focus on innovative ways to overcome this very, very serious hurdle. So without further ado, I promise you an excellent panel. I would like to invite our speakers to come and join me on the stage, please. Thank you, gentlemen. Before we begin our debate, on behalf of the speakers, myself, and the audience, I would like to very heartily congratulate Dr. Chavan for your extraordinary achievements and for winning the prize, the Wise Prize for this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I will now request the other speakers to introduce themselves briefly to you, starting with Dr. Abu-Ghazaleh.
My biography is in the speaker's book of biographies, and I don't need to add to that except the UN-related responsibilities that I had. I served as the co-chair of the ICT, United Nations ICT Task Force. I also served as vice chair of the United Nations Global Compact, chaired by Kofi Annan, and also served under with Ban Ki-moon as his vice chair as well on the UN Global Compact. And I also chaired the United Nations Global Alliance for ICT and Development. So this is just in addition to what is in the book.
Thank you very much, Dr. Petrinos.
Thank you. My name is Harry Petrinos. I'm an education economist at the World Bank and currently manager of the education department. I'm looking forward to discussing innovative models and particularly the effectiveness of some public-private partnerships.
I'm Madhav Chavan. I work for Pratham. Most of my experience is on the ground level, working in the field, trying to get things together and running. No chairing, no co-chairing.
My name's Chris Cook. I'm the education correspondent at the Financial Times. My experience is neither on the ground nor in co-chairing or chairing. I'm a journalist covering education across the world with a particular interest, obviously, in the financing of education and the links to business that education can provide.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Given that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights calls for the free and compulsory elementary education, and the fact that many governments cannot afford full provision, at least in the short term, what should be the role for public-private partnerships to extend learning opportunities? I'd like to go through each of the speakers, perhaps to start with you, Dr. Abu-Ghazaleh.
Human rights, and I drafted the first draft of the 2011 Human Rights on Access to the Internet. The question is not about having human rights declarations. It's about implementation. And as we see from the, because as I said, I served on UN Development, Global Alliance for Development and ICT, we are far from achieving any of the goals of any of the millennium targets, also as far as many other goals are. I think what we need is feasible, sustainable business projects. The top 20 universities, according to the reports, and in the world are private universities, by the way. Now, what I'm talking about is, if we want to solve problems of education, we need to re-gear our thinking, not to be addressed to the global community and not to the global organization. We have to pull our socks in the private sector and promote world-class education. And this is my point. I do not believe in the call for education for everybody. If we
I will come specifically to that point.
Okay, I just want education,
thank you very much.
World-class education.
Dr. Petrinos.
Thank you. Most certainly, education is a human right and is to be defended. And it also has many social and economic benefits. Over the last several decades, countries have made tremendous progress in extending education opportunities to more and more people in their societies. But there's still a distance to go, as we saw this morning in the presentation. And therefore, there's a need to do more and different things. We need more diversity of supply, more innovative models, more partnerships, and we need partnerships that work, that are sustainable, and that are extending models that have been proven through rigorous methods to produce the benefits that we want. And what benefits do we want? We want more children to go to school. We want education of high quality, meaning that children are learning and able to earn a living after schooling that contributes to their personal benefits, social and national benefits.
Thank you very much. Dr. Chavan?
I think it's fair to say that education is too important to be left to governments alone. And I think over the last maybe a whole century, we started thinking that governments should provide education. And I think we are now coming to a point where governments should provide and or provide for education. I think there's a subtle difference, but it makes a huge difference in the financing model. Public-private partnerships also are being, I think, narrowly interpreted in terms of contracting. So the government contracts out services, charter schools, and so on and so forth. But I think we need to look at it from a much larger, broader viewpoint. Even at the school level, there's a partnership between school and home that is required. It's not necessarily about financing, but that partnership between community and school is necessary. The schools these days work in isolation. We think schooling, education is something that is so specialized that they have to work on their own. I think we have to build community-school partnerships, and then this then translates into larger public-private partnerships at the top.
We'll come to the specifics in due course.